Hello everyone, I'm Joe Bishop, Bishop Backwoods Survival. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a cone dart for your blowgun. If you've seen my last video, I made a blowgun out of a piece of 1/2 inch conduit pipe and a PVC pipe fitting and some electrical tape. I spray painted a little bit yesterday. I still got some work to do on it, but I just want to go ahead and show you how to make some pretty good darts. Today I'm going to be using that's a bicycle spoke that's been cut out, sharpened off. This is the part that screws into the rim itself that's underneath the tube. I got a couple of those. The cone itself, that's what it's going to look like. The cone itself is actually made out of high density polyethylene. And if you don't know what high density polyethylene is, if you're a recyclable person, it's the number 2 with a triangle around it. And it's like milk jugs and stuff, so that's actually a kitty litter jug. But what I did, I took this, put on my belt sander. Maybe this is going to be like my jig to make the darts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my burner on. I'm going to hold the kitty litter thing over, and what's going to happen, I'm going to move it around. And what's going to happen is it's going to get hot and it's going to turn clear. You'll be able to see it with my cameraman kind of shining over the top. You really can't see the flame real good right now, but here in a minute it's going to get all nice and clear and you'll be able to see that flame. You see it almost looks like a wind there right now. See it? So now I'm going to take it off. I'm going to turn my burner off. I'm going to take my jig. And you want to try to hold it right down, straight down in the middle of it. That's how the best darts come out. And what's going to happen is this thing's going to start cooling down and turning back white again. And when it gets white, I'll pull my jig out and kind of look at it, make sure you can see how it starting turning white. I'll let it cool down for a minute. That way you can handle it. And so as you can see, it's turned white, and I can take and move my little jig stick. I pull it out. And use my razor knife on this. I just cut the little cone out like so. Still kind of hot to the touch. It ain't the best cone in the world. You can kind of see how I must have bent the stick. It's kind of bent over a little bit, but it's still a usable cone. But we're gonna go with this one real quick. After you got the cone that's nice and cool where you can touch it, you take your sharpened off bicycle spoke. And what you do, you just want to kind of work it into the center, kind of push up, and it'll start coming through like so. Come through like so. You just pull it. And see, that's why I leave the back of it on there, because it actually helps it. So what you do, you know that ain't gonna fit down my blowgun. So what I do is I take it and I stick it in there. Kind of get it straight best I can. And I take my razor knife, being careful not to cut myself. I just kind of cut it around like so. Pull it out like so, and I'll finish the rest of it off like so. Alright. I know that's not going to fit because I pushed it down in there and it's a tight fit. So what I do is I take my scissors And I just start trimming the edge of it. Trimmed up a little bit. I test it out. It's still a little tight. That I can feel it that moving around in there. It'll fit in there, and it would come out of the barrel, but it's still a little tight. So I'm going to do a little bit more trim job on this real quick. Kind of fits in there almost perfect, right? We'll pull it back out. We'll slide through there, nice and fine. So there you go, you got a dart. I have another one here that I'm fixing to make. This is it's a fiberglass rod. I found it. And soon it was longer. I've got a couple of these, and as soon as I seen that, I said, "Man, that'd make an awesome blowgun dart." And I'm gonna do it the same way as I did the bicycle spoke. Stick it in there, kind of push it down a little bit. Take your razor knife. Remember, be careful. Get almost to the edge, I pull it back off. Now you can do this with nails also. You can make nail darts with cones on it. And if you're into recycling, if you take care of the world, make it greener, make it better, recycle, upcycle, whatever you want to call it. High density polyethylene is really good. You can make all kinds of stuff out of it. You make slingshots. You can make. You actually make the mouthpiece for this if you wanted to out of it. Try it out one more time. It's a little tight. See how tight that is? I could blow it if you can hear it. I could probably blow it through it, but I don't want to. Now listen to it. It's still tight, but it moves nice and freely. This will make a really good dart. So matter of time, and it only took me a little while to do that. Are these the perfect darts? Nope. Will they work? Yes, they will. Like I said, you can use milk jugs. You can actually use a 5-gallon bucket. 5-gallon bucket will do the same thing. Just have to heat it up, and it's actually better to use a heat gun with that. These clear ones, it's good to use these like the milk jugs and the clear jugs like this, because you can actually tell whenever it's hot and you can actually tell whenever it's cold. So I'm going to do one more. We're going to heat one more up so you can see it again. I'm going to heat that part up right there, and see if I can't keep my, if you see it starting to look like a window. You start to see that flame a little, see it starting to come real good. You don't want to heat up too much. Turn it out. Actually, I do want to heat up a little bit more than that though. straight down. You see the white coming up on there? That's where it's cooling off. And you don't have to push it all the way down. I'm just doing that because how I got that thing tapered. It's tapered towards the end of my. Pull that out. Use my scissors on this one. See how it come out pretty good. Got another. That was almost perfect on the first time, so that's the cone darts for the homemade blowgun. There's other ways to make cone darts, and I'll go over that. I'll post that in my next video, or I'll post how to make another different type of dart. Blowguns are one of them things that if you use your head and think about what you know that it's got to make a seal in there, but it can't be too tight of a seal and can't be too loose of a seal, so you can get a good shot out of it. So if you start thinking, I can probably use yarn, but then you also got to think I got drag on different stuff. So depending on what you're doing, if you're just shooting at the house and having fun, or if you're trying to hunt and make a fast blowgun dart for hunting, then think about it. I'll show you how to make a paper cone next time, and after that we'll go into some bead darts and stuff like that. So I'm Joe Bishop, Backwoods Survival. Like I always say, if you're not practicing your skills, when it comes time for you to use them, you won't be able to. You have a good evening.